We've got a lot going on here, Yoshi. You gonna help today? More interested in the llama, huh? Hello and welcome back to another Amazon designer inspired video. If you have not seen my videos before, let me fill you in. The way I like to do these videos is I give you the retail cost and then the Amazon cost, and then I show you the percent off. Utterly crazy how much money you are saving. I have to say this first item has to be probably the best item I have ever found. And you guys are going to be blown away because this one is 100% off. I don't know if you predicted it, but it is the Hermes Croc Kelly bag. This is the most stunning handbag I have likely ever seen in my lifetime because not only is it Croc, but it is just beyond functional. Now, if you've seen these before, probably in some crazy luxury style videos or insane billionaires from across the world, these things get insanely expensive because they are so incredibly rare. Not to mention the craftsmanship that goes on these. I mean, not the Amazon version, obviously, but the authentic ones. These, kid you not, look so similar. Now, I couldn't decide between the colors. They did have several to choose from. So I got the green, which I think is a lovely, fun color, and then the classic white. Like that these have that patent leather finish. So usually I would be afraid to get a white handbag, but this one you can just kind of wipe off any marks you get on it, similar to the green one. But wow, I was gonna show these actually several months ago and they sold out. So I'm so happy they restocked. Let me just dive into the details here with you. Not only do we have the beautiful Croc embossing, but we have the gold hardware and the classic Kelly buckle in the front. Per usual with a Hermes bag, you can open the locks up and we've got some nice space in there as well as an envelope pocket. And then if you are a returning viewer, you may have predicted we have a crossbody strap, which may I mention is so incredibly helpful because I will say typically when you wear one of these Hermes bags, you're gonna wear it like a purse, right? But sometimes we get lazy and we don't want to worry about carrying a handbag, and we just really value having a crossbody strap. Thank you, Amazon, per usual, for always including these, whether we want them or not. Now, when I said this is 100% off, I'm literally not kidding because I run the numbers on all these items on every single video. The retail for the Kelly sits at $85,000. Well, this one, which looks the same from Amazon, is $41. You can see now why I got both colors. I'm thinking I should buy all of them. It can be really hard to find Dior items on Amazon, but this time Dior came knocking on my door, or knocking on my phone, notifying me on my phone, sending me alert. You get what I'm saying, hopefully. This one I was really excited about, and it is the Dior Painted tote bag. You can see we have the typical quilting leather from Dior that you see in a lot of their lady bags, and then the classic Dior little charm. You can set this bag to be structured in two different ways. So if you can see on the top there is a strap. You can open this strap and take it from a pinched shoulder bag and expand it to look more like a typical tote bag if you want some more room. Conveniently comes with a little wristlet that you can detach and just carry by itself, so that is super practical. Unlike the Kelly, this does have quite a bit more room. Maybe you use this as a diaper bag, a school bag, a work bag, or just, you know, a regular tote bag, whatever you guys are carrying. I found this unbelievable. Now, these are selling really quickly, so do not hesitate. Don't just say this to like have some kind of shock factor for you guys. These items go so fast. Always do my best to update previous links, so if anything is ever sold out, please let me know and I will hustle and get you a replacement. Also is a beige version, which I was contemplating between, so if beige is more your vibe, go ahead with that one. Also want to mention that if you go onto my Amazon storefront, I add stuff almost every day on there that I don't always show in my videos. If you're ever curious, just go to the description box, hit my Amazon storefront. You can find all these items and all the items from previous videos. So you're always staying up to date on the latest finds. Moving forward, we we have an even larger bag, if you can imagine, which is the Bottega Cabay tote. This one I think is actually really, really lovely for the warmer months, but also can be transitioned into fall and winter very easily, very cleverly. If you really wanted to, you could use this as a beach bag because of the woven texture. This just has more of that style to it, but also, as I said, very appropriate because of the leather fabric to go into the colder months. Really liked this dark chocolate. I thought this looked really rich and luxurious. This thing is massive. I think this is probably more appropriate, I scratched what I said earlier, as a baby bag, if that's what you're using it for. Probably twice the size of that Dior bag. So roomy. Comes with this wristlet, which is always very handy if you want to store some cash in there or makeup, touch-up products on the go. Additionally, if you want to, there's these two strings on the ends, very similar to the Dior bag. You can tie those two strings together and pinch it to make it just a little bit smaller. Really nice. It's really adaptive based on your needs. You won't even believe the retail on this because I was astonished when I looked this up. $10,900. I mean, I knew Bottega was expensive, but I didn't know they were getting this greedy with their bags. The Amazon one is $69, getting you 99.4% off. This might be the one video where we have the highest percentages. We do have another one coming along, so stay tuned. It's never an Amazon designer inspired haul without some Gucci, so I stumbled upon these Gucci platform sandals. Specifically like these because they're old luxury Gucci, so they're Gucci because of the horsebit buckle in the front, but they're not loaded with logos. So if you're more of the subtle designer type of person, these are going to be your best bet. As with literally all these items, these do come in other shades. I'm just really on a brown kick, so I did the brown ones. I think brown always looks really, really luxurious. When in doubt, choose a darker color like brown or black, but as always, it's your personal preference and what you personally like. I thought the white was also beautiful, but these are just so nice, and I love platforms/flatforms like this because you get some height without worrying that you're going to break an ankle. So easy to get on. They also have this beautiful ankle strap, which makes these look a little bit more put together, but even more so, they're very, very, very secure. Also an item that is going to be really good for multiple occasions, so you will get your money out of this. Even if you were to buy the normal version, you would probably still get your money out of them because there's so many functions you can wear these. Casual, dressy. I mean, other than the gym would not make sense for these. Given that these are $42 on Amazon, your cost per use is going to be next to zero. Before I continue the video, I wanted to let you guys know that the Celine sandals have been restocked. I let a few of you guys know this in previous comments, but I know many of you were trying to get your hands on these, so now you can. They will be linked below. If you want them, you got them. These are really fun. Oops. Obviously, I had to pick them up, and they have a little bit of a Y2K kick to them, but they are these Miu Miu platform sandals. I specifically like these because they're waterproof, and they have this puffy fabric very similar to North Face collections and Prada. They have the little bling bling here. Now, it does not say Miu Miu directly. It does have an upwards down N. I just want to clarify that to you because this is designer inspired, not necessarily a designer dupe. Anywho, this has a nice chunky heel that if you're afraid of heels, when in doubt, go with a block heel. These are a lot more stable than a skinny heel. Definitely a kitten heel. Those are really hard to walk in. They have a little bit more of a sporty edge, so this just depends on personal preferences too. But I like giving you guys different options, and these were definitely a unique pair that I had to share with you. These retail for around $1,100, but on Amazon, you can snag them up for $26, which is a very significant difference, aka 97.8% off. There's never a bad time to add another classy summer dress to your wardrobe, especially if it's one you're gonna wear nonstop. And I found this lovely, sophisticated black dress that is inspired from Reformation. This is just so beyond practical. Even if this wasn't designer inspired, I would still share it with you guys because this is one of those one size one-size-fits-all dresses. You can wear this if you're 15, you can wear this if you're 70, you can wear this if you're pregnant, if you're short, if you're tall, like it really does not matter. And these dresses don't come along very often. As with the other items, this comes in an array of colors. Very flattering because it's all elastic. There's no zippers, there's no buttons. You literally just slip it on and it looks so elevated. Plus the neckline is very flattering. It basically is a tank top dress, but you don't think of that when you're looking at it because it just looks so elevated. Now the normal Reformation dress is beyond what I would spend for a dress when I know I can get it on Amazon, is $278, which in general is just a lot for a dress. Let me know what you guys think is a typical range for a summer dress. We're not talking about an evening dress. We're not talking about a tennis dress, just like a typical summer dress. What do you think is the appropriate amount to spend? This beauty on Amazon is $35, so there's absolutely no guilt involved. Another very, very unique and surprising find was this Celine headband. If you grew up in the early 2000s, you know headbands were definitely a thing, and I have no doubts in my mind that these are going to make a comeback. And headbands are just so nice because sometimes you just don't want hair in your face. Now this is not really the right way to wear a headband, but I'm just trying to make a point. Anyway, this one feels really, really light, but the fabric on it, this cotton linen blend, is beautiful. The stitching on it and then the Celine here, like it literally says Celine on the logo and this metal clasp. This is just an easy way to add some luxury to your head without it being sunglasses, which I'm always appreciative of. Celine headbands, if you find them and if you buy them, are around $670, which is absolutely ludicrous because it goes on your head. It's probably gonna get dirty or get some scalp oil on it. And like, how do you wash it? I guess you take it to the dry cleaner, but do you really want to spend $20 to clean a headband? Probably not. You could use that $20 and just buy another one because these are under $20 at 98.1% off. But we are not done because I found a Chanel one. Now the Chanel one is even more fun because it literally has Chanel labeled out here and it has this tweed. It's also lighter. That one was obviously hot pink. This one is a light pink and I'm also wearing pink. So maybe this is just a lot of pink. A lot of us girlies just really like pink. So double up. Even more expensive at $930 for a Chanel headband. Again, rare item, going to get dirty. Save your money because $13 is truly a steal. It is time for some sunglasses, starting with this oversized Gucci pair. This is definitely more for those of you that are in the bougie realm because we've got some big logos here on the side. And would you look at that? So nice. So sophisticated. These are a little bit unique because not only are they lightweight, but they're very sturdy, which doesn't, as you guys know, always happen. Nice in the summer because you don't have any blind spots. Like everything is covered. There's no gaps coming in like with those tiny oval ones. These are fantastic, especially when you can avoid spending $550 on these. That's just so much for a pair of sunglasses when these are available for $17 at 96.9% off. Why wouldn't you? Furthermore, we have the more trendy variation of that pair. This is more it girl style, aesthetic, interest worthy, what have you. And these are the rectangular ones with the same large logo on the side. A little bit more subtle, a little bit more trendy, a little bit more fashionable, but the same idea applies here. I kind of decide between the black and the maroon. I mean, I think a lot of us have a lot of black sunglasses, so this isn't anything new, but I decided to switch it up and try this maroon color as well. Quite like it. I mean, not with the pink, obviously, but you know, if black isn't your color, they've got other ones available. And when they're also $17, you can buy as many as you want. I love when I can find a really pretty piece of jewelry for you guys. So when I saw this Dior charm bracelet. I had to snag it up to demo for you guys, and I am very, very happy with this. So gorgeous. It has this lovely star charm on it in place of the O, and it is a charm bracelet, but as you can see, it's very dainty and it's easy to get on. It's not a headache. Unlike some charm bracelets that are very, very chunky and weigh your arm down, this is one you could quite honestly just leave on your wrist and never really take off. But you know, just in case. I know you guys appreciate a lot of pieces that are more on the subtle side and not utterly flashing. So for those of you that are into more quiet luxury, this one is perfect. I would definitely give this to my daughter if I had a daughter, because this would be so cute on her. But perfect addition to your bracelet collection if you're sick of bangles, watches, and chunky pieces. Now, if you were to spend the retail on a piece like this, it isn't crazy expensive, but as I always say, I think it's really smart to buy a piece that is the inspired version, test it out, and if you really like it, then by all means buy the normal version, get your use out of it. But there are just so many occasions where you and I know, have bought stuff and then the things just sit in our closet, they get no use. We don't even resell it because we keep thinking we're gonna use it, and it becomes a huge waste of your time and money. It's literally just all about the excitement and then it crashes, kind of like the honeymoon phase. In this case, get it for 96.5% off while you can and invest later if you want. If you've been eyeing my necklace, we have the Bottega drop pendant. I've shared a lot of these Bottega pieces that have this like giant kidney bean attached to them, from sunglasses to earrings to now a necklace. This just fits the bill. If you have all the other pieces, congratulations. You just need one more now, and it is going to be this necklace. And I actually like it because it's just so subtle. I think that's kind of a word I've said maybe too many times this video, but it is. I like things that enhance your look without being overly obnoxious, and this one just does such a great job. It hangs really nicely on your neck, looks really sophisticated, really truly looks like an art piece. It looks like you went to an art gallery, bought this from a one-of-a-kind artist, bought it, and I'm wearing it. I think Bottega also does a really, really great job about making all of their pieces ageless. While some brands obviously cater more towards Gen Z or millennials, like Bottega does a great job at covering all bases, and this necklace certainly does not disappoint. Up next, we have the Tiffany & Co. Victory Diamond Studs. These things are really tiny, but they're really mighty. Have this beautiful diamond encrusted flower, obviously. But the craziest thing about these is that they're $21,000 for a pair of stud earrings. Now, I don't know about you, but studs, while they do stud and they stay in your ear, there's always that fear of them falling out. And what do you do when you lose one? You can't just go buy another one. Or maybe you can at Tiffany's if you're a preferred customer, but do you want to spend $10,000 on one earring? I don't know, seems ridiculous to me, but I'm buying these, or I bought these, and you probably are going to too, because they're so feminine and have a girly touch, but more so, they're $17. If this was the item you thought was 100% off, well, I kind of lied. I thought this was the item that was 100% off, but that's actually in the next video, so stay tuned for that. These are very close at 99.2% off, which is still outrageous. Now we have a beauty product, which I'm sure you guys have heard about many, many times. Very viral, very famous Dior blush. This thing has been viral for a number of years, but people have been really upset because apparently they changed the formula. I don't know, this is the inspired version, so I can't really speak on the real one. Could do a side-by-side comparison. But anyway, this has literally the same packaging. It has the silver border and then the pink blush with the D's embossed in there. It makes for a really, really pretty color to add some life to your cheeks. It isn't quite as pigmented as the Dior one, but also the Dior one has been, I guess, scrutinized because it's not as pigmented as their original one. Anyway, that blush gets you back at $40, where this one is only $7. I mean, that's a really pretty color payoff. It's It's a very pretty light pink that you can warm up your cheeks with and save 99.6% off. If you liked this video, you can find many more on my channel. I have many more items awaiting to share with you coming up in the next video, so make sure you're subscribed so you do not miss out on those. You can find everything in my Amazon storefront as well as the links below. But with that, I'll see you next time. Bye!